All right, guys, so the intent was going to be to take the brush cutter, which we haven't seen yet, hook it up to the Shanding, and review the attachment. But boy, was I sorely mistaken, because this threw me a monkey wrench. And if you're going to buy one of these, you're going to need to stick around so you understand what you're up against. All right, so what do I mean? Well, I simply picked this up from the auction, put it in the garage, and never really looked at it again. But when I went to attach it, I noticed something glaringly obvious. One hose for rotation on one side, another hose for the other side, and a hose right here in the middle. But Arl, I've only got 2 hydraulic ports on my machine. You're right, one here and one here. So what is this very, very long hose for, and why is it coming out of a port at the top of this motor? I quickly figured out that this motor on this machine, or this brush cutter, needs a case drain. Otherwise, I'm going to blow out the seals. So that begs to differ. Where am I going to have a case drain on this machine? Well, stick around. I'm going to show you exactly what I had to do, and you're going to decide whether or not this is going to be worth it for you. All right, that should get everything so I can separate it. Okay, so why all the disassembly? Well, truthfully, I already had done this, so I had known about this. But you will see in a second, I get this off and you can see the hydraulic block. What we have here is a manifold, and from this side over is to the tank. So this port is what I need in order to get the line to return to the tank. All right, so this is the case drain line. The problem being, though, however, is I don't want to hook this up permanently. So what was the solution? Well, I'll show you. So I went to my favorite hydraulic shop, and a shout out to American Hose and Hydraulics in Patterson, where they hooked me up and made me up a 16-inch hose, an adapter that will go female to female like this. And then here we have the correct threads for here, which is 1/4 threads. So I'm going to get that together and let's see what happens. Okay, so I got everything sort of reassembled, and I'll show you what I did. Here is the hose right here. I've got it into the fitting, which is in the block. And then what I wound up doing was making a hole here. You'll see in the dash, I used a grommet so there won't be any chafing against it. The hose is long enough so that it exits right here on the machine. It's out of the way of the throttle. When it's not in use, the swing boom will clear it, and it's got enough slack inside behind there for it to work. So I'm going to get everything buttoned back up, and then we're going to see if this thing actually works. All right, I got everything back together, but before I show you guys whether this works or not, let's get into a couple of things that are important. Number one, how did I know where to connect my return line, and how did I know that that was a low pressure return? Watch this video. Secondly, let's discuss the practicality of this for everybody, okay? Because I was able to find this port, which I eventually made for this, right? But the reason I suspect this hose is so long is because many of you would have to connect this to as a drain back right to the tank. And that may be a bit more difficult than what I had to do. Or you might be able to find an untapped port, but that's going to be dependent on, machine to machine, and you're going to have to figure that out. Some of the ridiculous things, right? We've got to make sure that these hoses aren't anywhere near here. So I wound up bundling up there. I also decided to kind of bundle this up here with a zip tie. I gave it some slack here. I gave it some slack here. So that way it looks like we've got enough for all the movements of the machine. So like, this is not just a plug and play like most of the other attachments, but that's not what you're here to see. So let's see where we're at. Okay, so I'm going to bring the revs up a little bit. I've already got the diverter valves off of the thumb and to the hydraulics, and I did have to replace a couple of other fittings to keep everything from leaking. But we'll actuate the pedal. Let's see. Yeah, that thing moves. It does abruptly stop fairly quickly. Got it the other way. And I suspect it's that pressure from when it stops suddenly like that, which is why you need the return line. So subscribe and stick around for me actually demonstrating this on what it's designed for. This was an unexpected video based on the way I had to install it. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.